and prosecute him for the offences of conspiracy, receiving stolen property, dishonestly and concealing stolen money, after forfeiting the properties listed under forfeiture of assets. It is punishment. From all the above, it is clear that a non-conviction-based forfeiture, being civil in nature and an action in rem, can in no way be with the sentence of imprisonment or fine imposed for an offence involving dishonesty or fraud or for any other offence to disqualify a person from contesting for election to the office of the President of Nigeria. An indictment, arraignment, trial, and conviction are necessary preconditions for disqualification of a person under Section 137(1)(d) of the Constitution. Ground 2 of the petition is that the election of the second respondent was invalid by reason of corrupt practices or non-compliance with the provisions of the Electoral Act. The allegations are basically predicated upon electronics and transmission of the election. In global reading of the Electoral Act 2002, particularly sections 47(2), 61(5), 62(1), 65(1)(8), will show that what the Act provides for is manual transfer and manual collation of results by collation officers at various physical collation centers. There is no provision for electronic transmission or electronic collation of results in the Act. By paragraphs 38 and 48A of INEC Regulations and Guidelines for the Conduct of Elections 2022, the first respondent made provision for electronic transmission and physical manual transfer of election results from the polling unit. However, paragraph 40C provides that if no result has been electronically transmitted from the polling unit, the provision of paragraph 93 shall be applied. Paragraph 92 categorically provide that at every level of the collation where INEC copy of collated results from the immediate lower level of collation exists, it shall be adopted for collation. By paragraph 93, where INEC hard copy and electronically transmitted results from the immediate lower level of collation do not exist, the collation officials shall use duplicate hard copies issued to the Nigerian Police Force and agents of political party to collate results. It is therefore not correct that it shall not be possible to collate results of the election where results have not been electronically transmitted. By law, the INEC Regulations and Guidelines for the Conduct of Elections 2022 is subordinate to the Electoral Act, where a provision of the guidelines conflicts with the Act. The Act prevails. See Odeneye against Sefunuga, Yeso against Peter citation supplied. Section 134(2) of the Act. By Section 134(2) of the Act, any circular, press release, promise, or stated intention of either that is in conflict with or exploits the provisions of the Electoral Act cannot be permitted to engage in fishing expedition or a road party agent. Section 167(d) of the Evidence Act, the failure of the petition first respondent never claimed that the glitch occurred on Amazon Web Services. It is obvious from PW7's evidence that the petitioners did not understand the explanation of the first respondent or were just fixated on their belief that they won the election without any cogent and credible evidence, and they did not even bother to place any such credible evidence before this court. Were they expecting the court to go and gather evidence from the street or from the market, or to be persuaded or intimidated by threats on social media? That is not the way of the court. See the admonition of Toby JSC in Wari against Yaradua on a similar situation like the instant case. Citation supplied. Thus, the petitioners not only failed to prove non-compliance with the Electoral Act, they failed to prove that the non-compliance substantially affected the result of the election declared by the first respondent. It is settled that even if non-compliance with the Electoral Act is established, if there is evidence despite the non-compliance, the result of the election was not affected substantially, the petition must, as a matter of law, be dismissed. See Abubakar and others against Yaradua, citation supplied. The third round of the petition is that the second respondent was not duly elected by majority of lawful votes as an election, having not obtained 25% of the votes in FCT. The provisions of the Constitution must be read together to discover the intention of the framers of the Constitution. A court of law has no power to take away or limit the words of the Constitution or import into it what it does not say. CLLU, Abib, and another. Against the Honorable Attorney General of the Federation, citation supplied. A narrow interpretation that will do violence to the provisions of the Constitution and fail to achieve the goal set by it must be avoided. Our Constitution is based on principles of freedom, equality, and justice in all ramifications, and is for the purpose of consolidating the unity of our people. Section 41 and 2 of this Constitution, 41 and 2, states that the Federal Republic of Nigeria shall be a state based on the principles of democracy and social justice. The participation by the people in their government shall be ensured in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution. The right to vote is at the foundation of our democracy. It is the most potent and priceless opportunity a citizen has to have a say in who governs. Every citizen who is qualified to vote must be afforded equal opportunity to cast his or her vote to elect leaders who governs. Our constitutional principles of freedom, equality, and justice, democracy, and social justice means that the vote of each citizen shall count. Each and every vote should count equally. No vote should weigh more than the other. Principles of equality of vote must be protected by the court. The interpretation of Section 134(2) of the Constitution being urged on us by the petitioners is an unjust manipulation of the Constitution to create inequality of votes. It negates the principle of equality and justice, democracy and social justice, and participation of the people in their government enshrined in our Constitution. It strikes at the very foundation of our Constitution. It is capable of further dividing the citizens of this country. The politicians are good at using all sorts of means and sentiments to divide the citizens of this country. The interpretation being urged on is their latest invention in that regard, and unfortunately, we found a ready alliance those who should know better. Interpretation being urged on us is squarely against the letters and spirit of our Constitution and thereby rejected. Based on the above and the further reasons lucidly explained in the leaked judgment, I too dismiss the petition. I have had a brief of the reasons given in the leaked judgment of my learned brother. I agree with his reason and conclusion. I adopt him as mine. Here abide by the orders laid therein. As for 05, I adopt my reasoning in respect of the third ground, and I also dismiss the petition on the whole. I too dismiss each of the three consolidated petitions. I abide by the order made in respect of the petition in each judgment.
My learned brother, right?
had earlier read in draft rulings and judgments of my learned brother, Aruna Simon Samani. This consolidated petition numbers CAPC
04 and 05, 2023. I am in complete agreement with his lordship's reasoning and conclusions in all of them. First, for petition numbers PEPC 04 2023, that is the Allied People's Movement petition, I am of the very fixed view that the issues agitated by the petitioner therein concerning third respondents and alleged disqualification by reason of matters connected to and surrounding his running mate's nomination and relinquishing of his earlier nomination by his party for the Boronu Central Senatorial District having been settled on the America by Supreme Court in judgment in appeal numbers SCCB 501/2023. In third and first respondents' favour therein, the apex court even holding that the said issues did not disqualify them, that decision
being status defining and so judgment in where it binds every person, including non-parties to the suit, like the petitioner in petition number CAPC 04/2023, C. Cotton, and Oyekomi, Soso, and Demuiwa. Furthermore, by the doctrine of stare decisis, it also binds this court. In fact, it will, in my humble opinion, amount to judicial heresy for this court to involve itself in inquiry by whatever guise, but that same issue already settled by the apex court. Coming to petition number CA03/2023.
Peter Obi and another versus INEC and others, and CAPC 05/2023, Atiku and another. Again, I am of the very fixed view that the two sets of petitioners did not by any means discharge the body of them of proving that the results of the presidential election of 25th February 2023 as declared by first respondent were incorrect. Incidentally, their body is even made heavier by the legal presumption that the votes of an election declared by the official organizing body that INEC is are correct, and it is for the person asserting the contrary to prove it. Even their resort to first respondents' failure to keep its initial promise of good body
of that election to its resolve input and IREF real time, which failure the alleged evidence is election manipulation does not help them. And specifically
on this allegation of manipulation of election results, the point must be made that since it is their case,
that from the word go that the election results were manipulated by first respondent in favor of second respondent, and specifically that
by first respondent to with the petitioners in CA, that is the petition, even going further to undertake to call evidence to prove all those allegations.
The burden of proof was on the petitioner to prove those assertions, and that is regardless of whether they are positive or negative. After all, it is they who would have failed in the case if the evidence at all was adduced in their petitions. See on that sections 131 of the Evidence Act, Wari and INEC and Adegbe versus Pasomade, Liars and Disu Dashi and another Abrat and Railway, not his railway company. I have taken all this time making this point.
The argument of both sets of defendants that they only made negative assertions in their petitions. When they alleged that there was nothing wrong with first respondent transmission system and IREF, so they had nobody to prove it. And the burden of proof was on the respondents who they said positively asserted glitch in real-time transmission of the results. Petitioners who directly made manipulation of its e-transmission system by first respondent to favor of second respondent.
The of the case cannot be held to say its respondents are not them that had the burden of proof in this case. Incidentally, that assertion of petitioners that INEC simply closed down or blocked its IREF and e-transmission system for the public to enable it to manipulate the election results in favor of second respondent also takes me directly to the more important
question in the petition, namely whether that allegation is even worthy of belief, given the results declared by INEC for them and the second respondent in the election. To answer that million-dollar question, I deem it necessary to resort to the probabilities arising from the facts of the case. That test, otherwise called the probability test, which test celebrated judge Chukwudifu Akonne Oputa, JS, always
motive is the surest route to the shrine of truth and justice. See the cases of, he said so in the case of Tibiabaka and others, and in Otegbile and others, first 1989 and second 1988. I gave the citations. Here, the assertion of petitioners is that first respondent merely used the excuse of glitch in his IREF portal to block the public from seeing his only unit results real time, so that it could manipulate, and indeed actually manipulate, the 25th February 23 presidential elections in favor of second respondent. It is their further contention that the manipulation of IREF by INEC, the said phantom glitch in favor of second respondent, was nationwide. The question is, do the results declared by INEC support that hypothesis? They say the taste of the pudding is in it. I shall therefore now try to walk us through some of these election results to see if that assertion of petitioners is supported by the results declared by INEC and so probable and worthy of belief. Doing that, I shall randomly pick on the results of some states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory. I shall be relying on the state summary of the results, that's from ECT, declared by INEC and has also attached the petition by the petitioners in CAPC 05, that's Atiku case, which result was also tendered by both sets of petitioners and respondents. So I take first Abia State. There, second respondent, the alleged favored candidate of INEC, for which it was said to have shut down his INEC to manipulate results, only garnered a miserly 8,914 votes. That is as against the Labour Party, which by INEC's declaration hold as many as 227,095 votes. Even the other set of petitioners, complainants, the PDP and its candidates, scored more votes in Abia than INEC's purported favored candidate. He also scored 22,676 votes in Abia and was so recorded by INEC. Those votes I know are close to 3 times the votes of second respondent, for whom INEC was said to have manipulated results by closing down his INEC, so that the public would not witness his manipulative activities. He was second respondent. In any state, the same favored quote-unquote candidate, second respondent, was again declared and credited by INEC to have polled only 4,772 votes in the entire state. Meanwhile, the Labour Party and its candidates were again declared by manipulating and unfriendly INEC to have scored as much as 428,690 votes in that state. In the same PDP and its candidates was also declared by INEC to have polled 15,545 votes, a number that is also nearly 3 times the votes of the so-called favored second respondent. In Anambra State, the same purported favored candidate, second respondent, was declared by his alleged friend INEC to have scored only 5,111 votes. Meanwhile, the Labour Party, whose candidate, first petitioner in CAPC, I must take judicial notice of the evidence as from that state, the again was declared to have polled as much as 584,621 votes. That is as against the Labour Party and its candidate, which is credited by the same bias on votes INEC to have scored as much as 179,917 votes. In that same Delta State, the PDP and its candidates scored 161,600 votes, again nearly double the votes of second respondents. In Adamawa State of the PDP and its candidate, the same favored second respondent was declared by INEC to have scored only 105,648 votes, while the PDP and its candidate were declared by the bias quote-unquote INEC to have scored as much as 214,012 votes. In Imo State, the same purported INEC favored candidate, second respondent, was declared by INEC to have scored only 66,406 votes, while the Labour Party and its candidate is declared by the same INEC to have polled as much as 360,495 votes. In Ebonyi State, the Labour Party again scored as much as 259,738 votes. That is as alleged INEC favored second respondent, who by INEC's declaration, that is his friend's declaration, again polled relatively miserly 42,402 votes. The PDP said to have scored 18,503 votes there. Even in Lagos State, where second respondent was once held to be as elected governor, the Labour Party and its candidate was again declared by bias on both INEC to declared by INEC to uphold 582,455 votes as against 572,706 polled by second respondents and so declared by INEC. It is a similar story in the Federal Capital Territory of Abuja, where INEC has its headquarters and supposedly carried out, directed all its votes manipulated by biased activities to second respondent. That petition has been debated in the election. Second respondent and his political party still was there. In fact, by the result, second respondent friend in quote unquote INEC here in the Federal Capital Territory of Abuja. Second respondent not even make 25% of the votes, total votes cast there. He was said to have polled only 90,902 votes. That amounts to just 18.991% of total votes cast in the FCT. Yes, INEC declared that result. That is as against 481,717 votes, amounting to 8.826% of total votes. Same INEC declared for Labour and its candidates. There are also other states, including Katsina State of the immediate past president of this country, a member of the second respondent, who was still in office at the time of the elections, a part of the judicial notice of the section 124 of the Evidence Act. There again, second respondent and his party, the APC, also of deputy president, was declared by the same INEC to have lost the petitioners in CAPC 05-2023, that is Atiku. Now, if all these results declared by INEC for each of the states for the two sets of petitioners, and second respondent is anything to go by, then INEC must be an abysmally poor manipulator, if not even an impressive one. Surely it should not go through all the stress of closing down his INEC and blocking the public from seeing his manipulative efforts in the second respondent, as alleged by the petitioners, only for him to still end up favoring the petitioners with jumbo votes and posting monetary figures for his favored second respondent. It is said that all men stand by the problem. That which they would have said or done under similar circumstances. And the same problem with that which they themselves would not have said or done under the same set of similar circumstances. Things inconsistent with human knowledge and experience are properly rated as end quote. See again Ruta GSC on this, Norwa and the state and Bozin and the state. At any rate, any of the two sets of petitioners not tender even a single polling unit result issued by INEC to their polling unit agents to support their claim of manipulation of election results by INEC, even as they all agree that they are agents in polling units. I have thought that this is the best and most effective way of proving the manipulation of election results alleged by them. After all, the polling unit is the only place where voting takes place, and so also constitutes the building block of election results. That much is stated in paragraph 90 of INEC guidelines and for the election, and also Ogun and Nono and Rusia. In short, the allegation of the petitioners that INEC shut down is INEC to manipulate votes for second respondent just does not add up for me. If anything, the probabilities arising from these results, INEC declared nationwide accessory level rather seem to be eloquently support its position that its inability to upload the polling unit results real time as earlier was not deliberate caused by technical issues outside its control that afflicted its e-transmission system, which is made it impossible for its e-transmission system to map the uploaded polling unit results for the presidential election to any specific state. That is claimed so like much smaller National Assembly elections that were conducted simultaneously with the presidential election. It is that phenomenon it describes as glitch that was given an HTTP 500 error, which eventually resultantly delayed the time for the said polling results. That conclusion also takes me to another big issue in this case, namely the evidential value of the European Union Observer Mission report on the 2020 election and presidential election, over which quite a mountain has been made up by process of petitioners. That report was tendered by the petitioners in petition number PEPs, that will be another, as in X2, and by the petitioners in CEPEC 05 as in RA 27. The impression given by both sets of petitioners that the said report, which in any case has been labeled admissible by us in petition number CAPEC 03-2023, is like gospel truth of what happened in the election. And so it must be accepted by this court, and the conduct of the presidential election declared corrupt for the very least blue power, regardless of whether or not its authors presented themselves to us to defend their opinions. That stance, I am afraid, is the consequence makers of that report presented themselves in court to face cross-examination to authenticate their opinions. That report can I dare to argue the ECOWAS report of civil elections tendered by second and third respondents in petition numbers in 2 petitions are completely valueless and inadmissible for the purposes of authenticating the opinions expressed in them by the makers. See first on that the cases of Yesom and Peter Said and Said Yakuwa. It also makes no difference that said reports have been put in the form of print. Books it was bloated cannot be cross-examined. On this, I find support in the celebrated case of Atiku and others, where the Supreme Court 1976, where the Supreme Court had to say, what the Supreme Court said, as for the law involved in Atiku and Atiku, we would like to point out that it's now well settled that there are 5 ways in which ownership of land may be proved. In our view, not only was the evidence of the witness that is consolation, not only was the evidence of the witness called by the evidence rightly rejected by the electoral judge for good and sufficient reasons. We also think that it was right in not attaching any weight to the views expressed in the cited in support of such traditional evidence. As Lionel Brett JSC, as Ben was rightly once pointed out, in a letter address given by him at the University of Lagos, the Nigerian Association of Law Teachers, scholar quote again, the courts are not to be hypnotized by the authority of print. The crucial fact is that books cannot be cross-examined, either as the opinions expressed or as the claims of the author to have special knowledge. If the author is living, there is no reason why it should not be tendered as an expert when this difficulty will vanish. All those kind of on that side. Then the Supreme Court will say, moreover, none of the authors of these books in that case testify in support of the views stated there, and no explanation was given for the omission. For all these reasons, we share the apprehensions of the very trial judge about the value or weight of traditional evidence as narrated by each of these authors, particularly as the authenticity and impartiality of the sources of the narratives cannot, for obvious reasons, be ascertained. I want to say that is the exact same situation we are confronted with here as regards both the European Observer Mission Report and its brother ECOWAS Election Observer Report. For purposes of proving this, for the opinions expressed in them by the makers, neither of them is of any higher value than the mere sheets of paper on those records. And for those who like the petitioners are enamored by now very familiar patronizing judgments passed in elections, regularly passed in elections, by European election observer missions every 4 years. Even as the same Europeans have maintained a deafening silence on the never-ending complaints of former President Donald Trump, that the year 2020 presidential elections of the United States that saw him out of office was also a fraud. It may interest them to know that Sir Justice Lionel Brett, who made the comment cited approvingly by the Supreme Court in the Kumabas case that I read about, was also a European. He's British. He was British. I think I tend to stop here. I think I've said it enough. It is for these few additions, but much more for the more from all far more immediate reasons advanced by my brother, Admiral Samuel James. His rulings are judgments, which reasons I conform with without reservation. That I also hold all 3 consolidated petitions, not thereby that dismissing all of them, and I find the declaration of second respondent Tinubu by second respondent as person duly and properly returned winner of 25th February 2023 president election of this country and duly elected president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I also abide by all that constitutional orders, that as a cause.
Last but not least, I read before now the draft of the judgment just delivered by my married brother, Haruna Simon Samani, JCA, in the 3 consolidated petitions of CAPPC 03-2023, CAPPC 04-2023, and CAPPC 05-2023. I'm in agreement with and I adopt all the reasons and conclusions stated therein, both in relation to the rulings and the objections and the merits of the 3 consolidated petitions. Although all the issues in petitions numbers CAPPC 03 and 2023 and CAPPC 05 and 2023 have been successfully resolved in the re-judgment, I deem it only pertinent to highlight fundamental bias which have affected the 2 petitions, especially as it relates to the petitioner's essential premise their ground that the presidential election conducted on the 25th of February 2023 is invalid by reason of corrupt practices and non-compliance on their contention that by the provisions of the Electoral Act 2022 and the regulations and guidelines of the conduct of elections 2022, the first respondent, INEC, is mandatorily required to electronically transmit election results to the commission system and to the INEC results viewing INEC. They contended that the first respondent had deliberately refused to comply with those mandatory provisions and had manipulated the results of the election through various corrupt practices which they had made in those conditions. However, in both petitions numbers PEPC 03-2023 and PAPC 05-2023, exhibits X1 and X2, which are attended respectively, show that the Labour Party, the second petitioner, petition of PEPC 03-2023, and before the elections, approached the Federal High Court of Abuja with the determination that, and I quote, by the provision of the Electoral Act 2022, INEC, the first respondent, has no power up to manual method other than the electronic method provided for by the relevant provisions of the Electoral Act, and quote, and I quote again, an order of this honorable court directing compelling the respondent to comply with the Electoral Act 2022 and the electronic transmission of results before every general elections. In that judgment, Federal High Court of Abuja Division had dismissed the suit and held that, quote, there is nowhere in the above cited sections where the Commission or any of its agents is mandated to use an electronic means of collecting or transferring election results. If any, the Commission is only mandated to collect and transfer election results, number of elected voters, in the manner we give by. Additionally, this court's attention was referred to the judgment of this court in appeal number CA LAG CV 332-2023 APC versus Labour Party and 42 others, delivered on the 19th of June 2023, in which this court set aside the judgment of the Federal High Court Labour Division in another suit number FHC LCS 372-2023 Labour Party and others, filed by yet Labour Party, the second petitioner in PEPC 03-2023 before the Labour Division of the Federal High Court to obtain an order of mandamus compelling INEC to electronically transmit or transfer election results as provided in the regulations, after using the Abuja Division of the same court. In the judgment of this court of 19th of July 2023, in appeal number CA LH CV 332-2023, this court particularly held at 23-24 thereof that, and I quote, it is difficult for suit number FAC LCS 370-2023, which gave rise to this appeal to escape the level of abuse of court process. I say so because the objective of the suit is to compel the 43rd respondent to adopt a particular way of transmitting or transferring the results of the election in Lagos State. This objective is not in any way different from what the objective of the first respondent wanted to achieve in suit number FAC ABJ CS 1454-2022. Similar parties are the same in the two suits. The second 42nd respondent are members of the first respondent, which litigated suit number FAC ABJ CS 1454-2022. The second 42nd respondent's interest is the same with that of the first respondent, so they are the first respondent's business. Both suits are against the same defendant, that is the 43rd respondent here, are filed in the same court, albeit different divisions of the court. The decision of Emeka Omite J of Abuja Division of the Lower Court, which is the first respondent suit, holding that on the interpretation of the provisions of section 60,5, 62,2 of the Electoral Act 2022, INEC, the third respondent here, is at liberty to prescribe or choose the manner in which the elections shall be transmitted, finally settles the issue. I therefore find the suit number FHC LCS 370-2023, which is here being appealed against all the trademarks proposed by abuse of judicial process. Exhibits X1 and X2 headed to petitions number 03 5 respectively, as well as the decision of this court in appeal number CA LHCB 33222. As existing judgments of court which are not only binding on parties, but which constitute issues of the petitioner's essential contention of the convictions, that the first respondent is by electoral act 2022, the INEC regulations mandatorily required to electronically transmit the results. The doctrine of issues is that once an issue has been finally decided by a competent court, the issue will not be allowed to be litigated by the same or even different parties. See, the court was Wacom and another, APC versus PDP and others, in 01 versus Forward, citations on level. Indeed, in 01 versus Forward, the school court Mahmoud days specifically held as follows. Strictly speaking, therefore, the concept and value of an instrument is to buy a person from denying or asserting anything to the contrary of that which he has in the contemplation of the law being established as the truth, either by the acts of judicial or the state officers, or by his own deed or representation expressed or implied. It is clearly evident that the decisions in Exhibits X1 and X2 tended to the two petitions, respectively, as well as the decisions of this court in appeal number CALHCV 33223, APC versus Labour Party and 42 others, have dealt to death level with petitioners' contention around which they have built their claim of non-compliance and drug practices of those petitions. Namely, the first respondent is by the provisions of the Electoral Act 2022, the regulations and guidelines of other provisions of 2022 mandatorily require to electronically transmit election results to the collation system and the INEC result group notification guide. Apart from this fundamental deficiency, which I have highlighted, the lead judgment just delivered exhaustively considered all the other issues and rightly concluded, in my view, that the petitioners in petitions number CAPAPC 03-2023 and CAPAPC 05-2023 have failed to establish all the allegations contained in the two petitions. I have noted all those reasons and conclusions stated there and also find the two petitions devoid of them. Petition number 04, as regards that petition, petitioners under the guise of challenging the qualification of the third respondent and the test application election on the ground I had violated the provisions of 146 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, basically challenged the validity of the nomination of the fourth respondent by the third respondent as running mate on 25th February 2023. To comply with the lead judgment just delivered, I also also considered view that the status of the nomination of the fourth respondent as running mate of the third respondent and vice presidential candidate of the second respondent had been finally decided by the Supreme Court in appeal number SCC 541-2023, PDP and INEC, delivered on 26th of May 2023, now reported as PDP and INEC and 3 others 2023 NPLR 60457S. The certified copy of which was tendered as a extra. In the concurrent judgments of their lordships, Okoro, Auki, Ogumidi, Atiku, Justice of the Supreme Court, they have all determined as proper the nomination of the fourth respondent as vice presidential candidate of the second respondent. As for petitioner's argument that the pronouncement of the Supreme Court in those concurrent judgments is an omitted dictum, the clear statement of Ogumidi GSC has left no one in doubt that the Apex Court decided the merit of that case. My Lord Ogumidi GSC clearly stated at page 74 paragraph C of that judgment that it is apt in this time of political case for public interest to look into the merits of this case in court. It is certain law that once the issue relating to the status of a person or a thing is finally and substantially determined by a competent court, such determination constitutes open to any subsequent proceedings on the same issue. CAPC, PDP, and others, now control and others with daily citation. Now, for all this, and all the detailed reasons succinctly stated in the lead judgment just delivered, I also want that this petition is lacking in merit. Having also found that no merit exists in all the above three consolidated petitions, I join my learned brothers and Manu Jesse in dismissing all the three petitions and abiding by the consequential orders made with each other.
Yes. These cases are really good distance between us. I'm going to see now normal cases. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my lord. So on behalf of the petitioners, with all sense of responsibility and urgency, there's a little request we want to make, given our severely limited time and the practice directions to exercise our constitutional right of appeal. We will request, because our time starts running today, if we can have the copies as we leave today, so that because any day that we lose, it pleads our right. Although the day is well spent, it is our humble request so that the registry, once we leave, will be able to collect from them. We are very grateful, my friends.
I'm sure that civil council is aware of the time now.
Yes, sir.
Now.
Yes, sir. That's why.
Well, unfortunately, we understand your constraint, but you have to deal with us tomorrow. So, hopefully, some of the judgments are working to consolidate the judgment.
Tomorrow we can have them.
Yeah, we have to get together to bind them.
We are very grateful. Tomorrow, my friends.
Yeah, sorry, my lord. I know the day is far spent. I thought my senior colleague would actually thank my lords for the industry going to this judgment. It is a well-considered judgment, and this judgment will no doubt change the face of our electoral jurisprudence. We have traveled this part of history these past few months, and today we have reached the end of it. We pray that we all learn from it. We have all learned from each other during the course of our stay here. We salute you, my Lord, for the clear, detailed review of the pleadings, the issues, and the evidence in the petitions, especially on the issues surrounding technology. That was an area we thought we were about. But we thank you, my Lord, for this judgment, and we are very grateful. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Well, my lords, mine is a short one. I thank your lordships. I think earlier on, my lord, was supposed to be misunderstanding. I apologize. What's the intention as well? I appreciate your lordships industry. Now, this work is not easy. I don't think I could have done enough to judge your lordships. From 9:30 to now, I've lost my voice. I thank your lordships, and I pray that the bar and the bench continue to have a good relationship with all things. Thank you very much.
Sorry, bro. I'm very sorry. I'd just like to also register my appreciation for our appreciation. And I do this, my Lord, with every sense of responsibility and on behalf of our leader,
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me.
Who is unavoidably absent. I'd just like to say that I have listened to several judgments emanating from the world of the soul of this court. None of them rank top as this one in terms of industry, scholarship, and all good things that we have seen evidence and have on offer in this judgment. Consolidated judgment delivered by the laws. I think it is now time that my Lord take your deserved rest. Wish you good health. God bless you.
Quando